Hi, I'm Jono. This is a cabbage in all its glory. Today we're going to be talking about fermentation, how you can achieve this in simple steps at home. So a lot of people have been asking me about it, how to do it, what to be looking for, what the process is. So basically the plan today is to break it down. And in order to do that, the first step is to break down this beautiful cabbage. Remove the outside leaves that are a little bit fibrous, and we're going to reserve them for later. And just be sure to give them a good wash. Another option is to take a mandolin and shave it. Now that it's been shredded, I've basically put it into a bowl with cold water to give it a good wash, just because there can be like dirt and sand particles in between the leaves and all that kind of stuff. So we want to get those out. We don't want little crunchy bits that aren't from the cabbage later on. So we just give it a good little mix, then we're going to drain it really well. Now is also the opportunity to use flavoring agents if you want. Fennel seeds, mustard seeds, turmeric, grated ginger, garlic, chili. All these kinds of things are beautiful additions to your kraut, but start simply, work out the process, and then build from there. So now we want to get in there. This is really hands-on, okay? So we want to get in there and want to massage the cabbage and start to release the moisture from inside. And this is what's going to create our brine that helps preserve our cabbage. So I can feel and I can hear the sounds of the cabbage breaking down and releasing the moisture. So we want to get this process started. 15 minutes later, and it's shrunk in size. A lot of moisture has come out, which you'll see when we pack it into jars. And this will be the brine that keeps it, submerged. And that's the key. For this part of the process, you're going to need to have a clean, sanitized jar, okay, of appropriate size. The idea is to pack it as tightly as possible and also to fill it. So you don't want to get a 3-liter jar if you just have something to fill up a 500 mils. That's one, problem that I see, is that people don't put it into the right apparatus and they also don't clean it properly. So time to pack our jars. So my hands are nice and clean. I've washed them. Packing it into jars. So there's no pretty and nice way to do this. And basically, as you go, you also want to push it down to release as much of the moisture as possible to create our brine. So once we get to a certain point, I'm going to quickly get my apparatus, which can just be a wooden spoon. Basically, we want to just tamp it down and keep going. So the idea is that as we push it down, the moisture is going to be released and is going to submerge all of the cabbage. In terms of fermentation, nothing has happened thus far. So you can see at the bottom of here, all these lovely juices. Okay, so we're going to see if we need that. So basically we're getting to the top. If you can see at the side of the jar, as I press down, all those juices come up, and that's exactly what we want. Okay, so just going to finish putting the rest of this in. Now, if for any reason you don't have enough brine, or the brine doesn't cover and fully submerge the cabbage, all you have to do is simply make a brine yourself using the same ratio of 2% salt to water, and just put enough to cover the cabbage, and that's fine. So basically now our cabbage is in there. We give it a little press down and you see it's definitely submerged. All that liquid has come out, which is just amazing, and the color is just sensational. For the cool bit, we remember the leaves that we kept to the side before. So basically we're going to use this as basically a covering. So you can just, you could probably do it a little bit more elegantly than I've done in this way, but basically all you want to do is find a nice piece that fits. some liquid will come out of the top, and that's fine, you know. All we're trying to do is make sure that the cabbage is submerged and stays submerged. So at this point, we can just give the rim a wipe, put our lid on, and we can put it on the shelf. What to do next, what to look for, all this kind of stuff. So basically, we're gonna leave it to ferment. Now, fermentation times vary depending on temperature. We're in winter right now, so you know, fermentation times do take a little bit longer. But having said that, if you have the heater on all day, that's also gonna affect it. So what I like to do is I like to put it in a dark place, away from direct sunlight, and just kind of let it do its thing for at least a week before checking it. But in that time, just be sure to burp it. And what does burping mean? Exactly what it sounds like. Essentially, like during the fermentation process, carbon dioxide will start to form, and essentially there'll be gas inside. So what you have to do is just release, let some of the carbon dioxide out, put the lid back on, and leave it to do its thing. And once you're happy with it, transfer it to the fridge where it will keep for many, many months. And beautiful ways to serve it is as a condiment. I love to have it with avocado and toast. I love to use it as part of an Indian style meal that I have for that sour element that just really gives a nice crunch and lifts everything up. It's very good for digestion. You know, small amounts of it just as a little snack is beautiful. It's been really exciting to go through this with you. If you have any questions, you know, or want to show me some pictures, please feel free to do so. You know, stay tuned, and thanks for watching.